Are we going back in time? We got Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and now Chapter 2 remix. So I'm like, hey, if Chapter 1 is coming back, how about I bring back something else? I'm gonna bring back trolling and memes by being a camper. My goal is to get Unreal in Fortnite Battle Royale, and here's how I did it. On your first game of Ranked, you need to do well. I had no idea how to perform well on this map, but I had to come up with something. So I landed last and tried to camp in water. That is what I was doing last season, and it worked. But this time, everything on the map has changed. And unfortunately, there is no good place to camp in water on the map. No matter what, bushes always work. Unlike the previous map, I think there are a lot more of them for camping. I'll just skip to the end of my first game. I was successful at camping and surviving, but I had no options to not get noticed by some other player. I went under the stairs to hide and managed to survive. But the only reason I died after was because this player saw me before. Otherwise everything worked. The higher the place, the better. I tried my best for the highest. I think Gold 2 is not that bad for just one match. On the second game, I still had no specific location, so I was just watching other players fight. Got to second place somehow. Not bad, I guess. And here is the strategy I came up with. After carefully analysing the looks of the map, I've chosen this tree as my hiding spot. I can get off it without taking any fall damage. There shouldn't be many people around here when I land. And the best part is, I'm next to a forest, so if people need materials, the chances of breaking my tree are way smaller. Perfect. Here it is on the map. Let's talk about new things real quick. You can use these boxes for hiding anywhere if you get them. Rocket launchers are broken, and you got the guns with bandages. This season is very camper friendly. By being in my tree and going from bush to bush and other hiding spots on my way, that's how I got to Platinum. My strategy was very good. Just camp at this tree and repeat, but I got a very good surprise. I stayed a bit in the storm here, but I do not recommend getting off the tree like this. If you want to do this, do it at your own risk. Just jump on the smaller tree. And here is the surprise. There is a bush next to my tree. So if you mess up your landing or you have to get off, if somebody saw you at the beginning of the game, this is the plan B. Here's another surprise. Watch this. I think that was a cool way to finish off the game. And I got a good amount of percentage. The thing I changed in my strategy was getting a car and using a glitch. If you don't know how to do it, all you have to do is go to your keyboard setting at the car's controls and change the driver brake to your mouse wheel so you can just scroll, and you will be good to go. Thanks to it, you can find yourself in situations like this. You can get away from almost any bad situation. I can do this and still have fun because the players here are not very good. You have to keep that in mind. Three cars in a row is unusual. I left my car and decided to camp here. This is how to survive a car or truck. Watch this. If I was at the corner of these bushes, I would have been dead. Looks like I was not the only one using the car glitch. This guy thought he can do it, but had no idea how. So I thought it would be a good idea to do it in front of him. I love stealing other people's cars. That guy had good aim. And that is how I got to Diamond. I hate Diamond players, and because of them I lost a few times. Also, you will be in Diamond for a while. These players are the worst. They think they are good, but they suck at the game. Expect a lot of unusual plays here. I was very annoyed and had to rely on getting med kits and camping in storm abandoned places. But when I was doing this, I discovered something new. Something that I was never using before. A campfire. Now hear me out. As you know, I'm in this tree. And next to my tree there is a bush, but I guess somebody broke it here or I'm blind. And next to me is the forest. In the forest there are 2 campfires and basically I got unlimited wood. Now are you thinking what I'm thinking? This is the ultimate strategy to get to Unreal, while everybody is fighting. All I have to do is just survive with heals in the storm. It's perfect. My only enemy are the skill issue of the other players and instant death. Storm sickness was not enough to finish me, so they added instant death. Thank God I made it out of Diamond. Players in Elite surely are more serious, right? Well, yes. But also no, just look at this replay. I was doing my own thing and went in the storm in the right timing. Meanwhile, some other guy was there randomly the whole time. So I'm just breaking a tree on the way, and we randomly meet so far in the storm. I was surprised and went in the bush next to me, and this guy started building, and later went in the house, I guess. Now, I call this peak Fortnite experience. Don't get me wrong, situations like this are very rare as winning a lottery, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be prepared. That guy died in the storm, and I survived. If we were fighting, I would have probably been dead. Now I'm going to tell you some things that I find obvious and you need. You gain a lot of percentage on a beginning of a new rank, but you got to be careful not to die early. From Diamond, every rank takes a lot of time to get out of, and if you lose, you will lose a lot of progress. With my strategy, you should always be at least top 10, but the goal is at least top 4. That is how I got to champion. Remember when I told you to be prepared for very rare situations? Here I wasn't, and I ended up dying. Chances are, the more people see this video, the more players could know about this strategy. So don't be surprised if someone else comes at your place. Have a weapon and be prepared for a fight. If I had that shotgun, I would have won and got bonus points. Instead, I ended up with 0. By the way, when I started pushing, there was no M&M place and helicopters weren't easily accessible. So I don't recommend using a helicopter to try to reach maximum height with gas cans, but maybe that could work, it's just too risky. Anyways, there will be very rare times when someone breaks your tree and you will die, but exceptions don't disprove the strategy. Don't let this affect you, but I think here I probably died to a cheater. If your pickaxe is glowing like mine, use Q so nobody notices just in case. This was my final game, and I want the video to be short so it's easy for everyone to get closer to Unreal. This is the most important part with the campfire where you actually play the game. When you're on a tree, you need to land fast, and I recommend multitasking because you are literally AFK. You'll just have to check every 5 or 10 minutes so the game thinks you are playing. You should always break trees that are further than your campfires and leave the closest trees for last. Unless you die, you are guaranteed to survive at least 600 storm damage. You can leave a like if you find these tips helpful and comment your progress. If you aren't determined, you probably won't get Unreal since it requires a lot of time and patience. And don't forget what Bushcampdad does, and I did as well. You don't want to be damaged by other players. This strategy should work on zero build as well.
You assuming I'm a human, what I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm superhuman, innovative, and I made a rebel, so that anything you say.
And that's how I did it. Top 1000 in the world, I guess.